no lie. Resonating, vibes in, feeling good. Everything but vibrating. I am at peace. I am at peace.
He's John Ryan.
He is Jonathan Prince. Yeah.
Together,
we're brutally Johnest, mate.
Brutally Johnest up in here.
Oh yeah.
Anything new? Anything new going on? I can see there's something new going on in your face.
Well, you know what it is? I've got two sons, right? And they can both grow beards, and I can't grow a beard. I've never grown a beard in my life. And I was looking at one of them. When lockdown ended, we went for coffee, and I'm thinking, how come you can grow a beard? I've never been able to grow a beard, so I could try and do one. So this is 3 weeks I've been doing this.
Really?
But the problem I have is that because I have vitiligo, I have white bits, orange bits, grey bits, brown bits, ginger bits. So I've got some beard colouring, and now my missus, she's just like, I don't like it, get it off.
So you use beard colouring to make it all one colour?
Yeah.
Rather than being John and his technicoloured beard?
I've got about 44 different colours. People started a collection for me if I go to the shop.
It's Christmas, man. You should have done it and sing a few songs.
Yeah, but the white bit's here, and then it's like ginger. I look like a mongrel.
Maybe they need to come back. I haven't seen a mongrel in time, but maybe they need to come back in.
But my missus, she reckons I look like I've been radicalised. I'm like, what do you mean, no, bro? I've not been radicalised at all. I'm always going to be the same me, innit? So we tried some role play. I tried being a little bit French. Would you like some drinks, some food, perhaps? It's like, no, I don't like it. Just get it off.
So how long do you reckon it's going to be until you're feeling like...
I'm sticking with it, mate. I want to get a proper cat weasel.
What's cat weasel?
I want to be able to plait it into my nipple hairs. Into my armpits. Like that.
Oh, I wish I hadn't have asked.
I was never one of them kind of kids who had, like all the kids had the cool haircuts and all the rest. I always had either short or long hair, that's it. I never had like a perm or one of them Human League ones or, that's it. When I first started doing stand-up, I had crew cuts. And promoter said, you need to grow your hair longer because you look like a thug.
Do you know what I found out this week, yeah? You know when you find out like weird things that you never knew about? So on my laptop for work, basically a picture comes up as a screensaver. It tells you what it is. So I'm looking, and this screensaver was of a range of mountains. It said, if you click on here, it'll tell you why and what they're called. You might be interested. Anyway, this mountain range is called the Bugaboos. The Bugaboos, which is a mountain range in the Purcell Mountains of eastern British Columbia, Canada. Mining brought the first Europeans there for an ill-fated gold rush, and the name Bugaboo originated from this rush, which was a term used by prospectors for a dead end.
A bugaboo.
A bugaboo is a dead end. Now, then, that completely earwormed me with the Destiny's Child tune, didn't it? All my days. Nah, serious, mate. Check it.
I was waiting for some kind of link.
Oh,
Let's
my
have
days.
it.
Right.
Let's have it.
Look. Right. I was thinking to myself, do you know what? That's a banger, you know. I was dancing around my house like straight up Tina Turner, mate. Trust me.
Yeah.
Like a boss out here.
If you want to see a beautiful, stunningly beautiful woman, go on YouTube, Soul Train. I can see the turn off. It's 1971. That woman, all my days, beautiful.
I tell you, man, I was beautiful dancing around my house, the Bugaboo, man. I was killing it, absolutely killing it. Then I started thinking to myself, the way that they rap it, like it's really well produced.
Oh,
and
there we go. I know
the way she kind of raps it, yeah. She like.
You have
she
one of your
sounds,
songs.
Well, she sounds like she's rapping rather than singing. Do you know what I mean? So then I started doing it in my own voice, like when she goes, "It's not hot that you be calling me, stressing me, bugging me, or whatever," right? And I was like, yeah. Actually, how would that sound like in a Scottish man's accent, innit?
Oh dear, this is not going to end well.
Check it.
Come on.
You make me want to throw my page out the window, tell BT to cut the phone calls, break my lease so I can move, cause you're a bugaboo, a bugaboo. I want to put your number on the call block, have NTL make my email stop, cause you're a bugaboo. You're bugging what, you're bugging who, you're bugging me, and can you see that's not cool? It's not hot that you be bugging me, paging me, stressing my pager, and do you know what I mean? But
I'm just expecting you to bust into. I
forgot about that. The best rappers in England, didn't it? I forgot about
my people, mate. My people.
Do you know what I'm saying? Trust me,
Well, that's
mate.
nice. That just shows how the Black Lives Matter movement has really broken down barriers, because now it's perfectly acceptable for black men to appropriate Scottish accents. Nice. I like it. I like it. That is making me not feel so bad about trying to sound like I'm South African every time I go around my mate's house.
I mean, I don't know where the link is. It's a tedious link.
Because they are so they talk like that, Noisella, you know. So yeah, no, you're selling a cup of tea, please. No,
I can't make that noise, you know.
no, because you're Scottish. It's pretty clearly established, mate. All these months is slowly revealing itself. You're like that German bird who took the dark skin darkening tablets. Really? You're a ginger Scottish kid from Kettering. Hey, if you Kettering, good doing that in just club.
For real, mate. Trust me, that's been giving me pure joke. Now when I hear the tune, I'm like, call me on phone, bargain me. Call me on my cell, bargain me. Everywhere you go, bargain me. You're bargain me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it gets better actually the more you sing it. You got quite a hook.
Yeah, man. Trust me, I've been feeling that. Yeah. Last show that we did, we spoke of a guy named Steve McQueen, British director.
Yep.
And we praised him for
Yeah,
Small
good,
Acts, which was and it was called Notting Hill.
Mangrove.
The Mangrove,
Yeah.
it was called, the first one. Then I realised that there was like a series of these things, so I thought, support my man, go and watch the second one,
Yeah, couple of good ones.
mate. This dude
No.
went from legend to bellend in just over 80 minutes. Like,
Okay.
he did a show called Lovers Rock,
Oh,
and it was like a huge misrepresentation of a blues. Now,
yeah.
the thing is, when I was younger, I wasn't old enough to go to a blues. The only blues I went to is that my parents took me to. And as I
Yeah.
say that, for anyone who watches that program, understand there would have been some utes there a little bit earlier on, and maybe throughout the night, because people would have respected the place, not all
Yeah.
bunning weed and like not ashtrays seen anywhere, and like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
where was people eating food? There was no one eating no food. So
But you know what I struggled with was that for the first 10 minutes there was just no dialogue. I'm like, what are you doing? Like,
what do you mean the first 10 minutes? For most of the thing, there was no dialogue.
Like, yeah, but I'll just that to me just set the tone. And I love Lovers Rock. When we go K-Star, we go to the Lovers Rock room, and then just listen
When
to
I
music.
think of Lovers Rock,
reminisce.
I think of artists like Sanchez and Frankie Paul and different artists that none of these artists were played in the show. It just feels like, okay, I can see how people could be like, it's difficult, isn't it? Because you do something trying to represent something out of the best intentions, so to speak, or as you'd believe, out of the best intentions. And yeah, you can go from legend to bellend in 80 minutes.
Yeah, well, I just think maybe that was his experience. It was just very bizarre. I thought.
Maybe it was his experience. That's exactly it, man. But yeah, I
Well,
wish
because
someone
after Hackney in the old days, there was loads of like little blues places and little shebeens.
someone needs
And
to invite him to a blues, man. That's all I'm saying.
well, did they have them in Kettering? Did you have them in Kettering?
Yeah, man, anywhere. Right. The thing is with the blues, right, is right. So just to explain to people what a blues
Right, go on.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Back when my parents came over to England, they were not accepted to go into nightclubs and pubs. You know, like if you were to go to maybe not, if you go to like a small town as a group for a stag do, and you're all trying to get in the club, yeah, and the bouncers will be like, well, that's a group of lads all together. They could cause us trouble. There's like 20 of them. There's 8 of us, and really and truly, we don't want groups of lads in. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And you can see how that can kind of be justified, right? But back then, it was the same sort of ruling, but you're black, you ain't coming in. Like, your face don't fit. That's how it was. So, in order for people to listen to their music that they loved, that they'd had from home, that was still continuing, but wasn't being played on British radio, wasn't being played anywhere, they used to do a thing called a blues. So somebody would have their house and use their house as the venue for the evening. So people, when they came to that venue, would be A, respectful that it's someone's house. B, they'd obviously like be going there to try and enjoy themselves. So they're really happy that they can go out and listen to the music that they like. So again, it was all respect. Do you understand? And that show really... Sorry.
There's usually a lot of derelict houses where I lived.
Right.
Empty houses. They just go and rig up the electric, put the speakers out, and then away you went.
Exactly. So yeah, it was disappointing to see how it kind of showed basically black men as being super predatory upon women, like super predatory. And it was like, as far as I remember from when I was at a blues as a child, no one was going on like that. Do you know? Like, so yeah, it's kind of disappointing. It would kind of like,
But you know what, Steve McQueen, to be fair to the guy, he's promoting different areas of culture. So obviously, not everyone's going to like every kind of episode. My objection to it was about the music, that was it. But and also there wasn't enough dialogue, man. And them guys that are in it from Blue Story, I think they're brilliant. They're just great. And I just thought, man, there's a good opportunity there to see some more of these guys acting. Listen, Lovers Rock, man. I remember having one of my first sexual experiences with my mate Junior's 82-year-old grandmother, and I was probably about 14, and she took me to dance and winding grinded me. And I was like, oh, this is really weird. I'm getting really aroused listening to Gene Eddie Bambo. I'm like, I don't like it, but I like it.
trust me, right? When my parents dance together, yeah, whether at like a wedding or a family party or whatever, yeah, like you could be stood there with me and my brothers, yeah, and then you go like, oh look, there's Jonathan's parents dancing, Jonathan, and as soon as you turn around, me and my brothers are gone, mate. We don't want to see that. Do you know what I mean?
Live sex tonight at the wedding. It's a floor show.
For real.
Yeah, I just remember her wiggling and griggling with me, and my brain's going, she's 82, she's 82. But I thought my brain was going, oh, it's nice. It's nice. This doesn't happen at an Irish Christmas.
That is brilliant.
For years afterwards, I go to Junior, listen, mate, your gran, I just love your gran. I feel she'll come rub against me. He's like, don't say that about my gran, man.
I'm glad
The Alzheimer's soon left there. It's like a growler had its own memories, man. It's like, feed, man. It's like a little shop of horrors. I thought it was going to get eaten.
Hold on, for this next piece, I need a prop. Bear with me. I gave a friend from work. He goes to Jamaica like every year to this like same resort. He loves it, yeah. And when we first met, he was obviously just really happy to meet a man who had a connection to the Caribbean, innit? Because he loves the Caribbean. And he kept talking about all his experiences, and it was really nice. And like between him and me, he'd come up to me and go, "Yo, wagwan," do you know what I mean? And it was really nice because you could tell he only gets to do that on holiday, right? It was quite nice. So then I thought, oh, I'll help my man out and I'll buy him some jerk chicken seasoning because he kept going on about jerk chicken, right?
Yeah.
And how he can't get the seasoning in the UK. So I got him this. Sorry for the product placement. You can buy other jerk chicken seasonings are available, right? But he sent me a message basically saying that he had eaten the jerk chicken and he thinks he might need a doctor. So I thought he was joking, right? But like he used the whole of this tub, the whole of this jar on like one whole chicken, one roast chicken. Whereas I would use this jar for 9 roast chickens. But somehow I forgot to add that fact to him. I just thought he knows, isn't it?
More importantly, look at the clues. Your Scottish accent is very good. You've established your use of big words. My theory is that you're taking pills. You're really little ginger Scottish kid. They tell me you get 9 chickens out of one jar of jerk.
This Duns River, it's strong, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
I bet he didn't marinate. I bet he just spread it on there and cooked it.
Well, this is it. Obviously, I don't mean no disrespect. If he watches this, I know that he didn't wash the chicken. In my mind, I know he didn't wash the chicken. When I say wash the chicken, as we said in the earlier episode, take half a lime or lemon, or some people would use vinegar and water, which I don't like.
Or just get the cat to lick it. That lick all the germs off.
I see something the other day where a guy's missus asked him to wash the chicken, and he washed the chicken with fairy liquid and a sponge, and his missus went off on him, innit? Like mental, because the chicken's ruined, dash the chicken way. And he was like, but you said wash the chicken. So to clarify, by wash the chicken, I mean like take half a lime and rub it over the like chicken and squeeze it so that the lime juice hits the chicken and washes off any like nastiness on the outside. Do you know what I mean? Afterwards, you can throw that into the chicken and leave it there while you're roasting it. But also pick out any like hair follicles or hairs or the bits around.
Maybe start watching Jamie Oliver.
You know what I'm saying though? Like,
Jonathan.
Clean the chicken. That's what it's saying.
Remember, you can get 9 chickens out of one jar.
He sent me a message earlier though, right, saying having this tonight, can't wait, and it was an empty jar of jerk seasoning, and I didn't think to myself like, oh, he's used the whole thing. I thought, oh, this must be like he must have used it. Do you know
Whole
what I mean?
jar.
But yeah, he used the whole jar on a meal for two, and then his missus said to him, "Oh, this is a bit hot for me." He said, "Oh, just put that stuff on my plate," like being like alpha.
I am
innit?
man.
When I realised he actually meant that he thinks he might need a doctor.
Well, I bet he didn't marinate. That's what I'm saying to you. He probably just spread it on now, put it in the oven. Didn't leave it soaking overnight. Didn't leave it. Even with that amount, that's ridiculous. It's like I make my own hot pepper sauce, right, which I can then give to other people with Scotch bonnet and that. But my mate, her mum is from Zimbabwe, and what she makes, all I can say is, if the Zimbabwe Air Force ever learn how to get this up to drop as a bomb, they'd rule the world. Because this stuff, the jar melts. It's got to go inside a mercury container. When she's like, I'll go get you some of it from the fridge. She puts on like a spacesuit. It goes in like this long tongue, like. You can see all the stink on it, like Back to the Future. I'll get some for you. I'll get some for your friends.
Do you know what? My nan used to make hot pepper sauce. I lived with my nan for a bit, and she used to make hot pepper sauce, and you'd know she was making it because she'd wake up like super early. Like, I don't know, you must get to a certain age and you just wake up super early. I don't know what that's about, but wake up super early and you'd know that she was making hot pepper sauce because while you're sleeping, your eyes would be stinging. You'd be like, why are my eyes stinging? And then
No, I make it good. Some I'll put mango in some or banana in some. Make some sweet, nice.
You can send a pot my way, bruv.
I
Sounds
will.
good.
Listen, I will do it. But see where this has gone wrong. This is my tune. My tune for this week, right? If you can hear it. Ain't no woman like the one I've got.
One.
Four tops, mate. This woman this week has lost the plot completely. She lost the plot completely. Our Christmas tree is underneath more balls than you'd get at an orgy. It's just there's a little bit of green sticking out behind all these baubles. She's like frenzied, mate. Sunday
More balls than a bukkake.
Yeah, Sunday morning, 7:30. I open my eyes. She's like fully clothed. We go into the shop to get more baubles. I'm like, there's two. Why don't we get a tree? Just they're bought on the tree. They're meant to highlight the tree, but no. That, and then because I'm still doing my building work, I've had a bricklayer, and he's sort of weird. He's got his deep voice, and she loves the way he speaks, and she keeps going out there harassing him. Okay? She's like, Jerry, do you want some tea? And he's like, oh, I like some tea and 2 sugars, please, love. She's like, oh, I love his voice. So I'm like, what is wrong with you? He says, oh, speak in that Welsh voice for me. Oh, I got some cement. You want me to put some cement in your head? So ain't no woman like the one I've got. I'm like,
And who sings it? Who sings it?
Four Tops.
Four Tops. There's a
Brilliant.
bit of melodical, symmetrical dancing going on.
I'd like to see Steve McQueen muck that up.
To be honest, man, I might have been harsh on Steve McQueen, man. I need to watch the rest of them. Do you know what I mean? I need to watch the rest of them and not.
What about when the guy joined the police force? That was painful, but good.
I can imagine. Yeah. I can imagine. I couldn't take it the following week. I was like, if he disappoints me again, then that's it.
Yeah,
my dad used to say to me when I was younger, don't make me and you fall out, right? And at them points when he's saying, don't make me and you fall out, he's already fallen out with you, bruv.
Yeah.
He's already vexed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how I felt about Steve McQueen after.
No, I think fair play to him. He's always going to have critics, and this again is a problem that some communities have, where you're too busy shooting down your own rather than go, look how well the guy's doing, putting us on the television, getting his own TV series, educating the youth, rather than going, who's he think he is?
Well, to be fair, the first show was amazing. The second show was almost at the other end of the scale, maybe not even quite there. So he's still up there for me. He's still up there. Lockdown skills, bruv. Because you said something to me the other day about what you've been doing during lockdown and what you hired.
What my I don't know. Can I say digger, or do you have to say earth moving machine?
Digger's not a brand name, and we're not earning anything from this.
No one's going, I like that word, man. It's the D word. Don't use the D word. All right, so I've got a digger, and I've got it delivered, and the guy's like, okay, sign for it. Where can you just like move it around the back for me? Because I've got a really bad arm. He went, oh, then how are you going to use it? You've got a bad arm. I went, oh, my driver's coming later. And he moves it around the back. I'll be looking at YouTube, mate. I'll within a day, I'll do wheel spins, do donuts at the back, dig in my hole. There's proper ways to do it.
I love that, mate. I love that you were like sly enough to be like, yeah, could you just move it around there for me, and then like work out how to use it. Yes.
On YouTube.
We don't know no lie. Resonating, vibes in